Jimmy, after watching Tuesday's game back and having time to reflect, is it a game where you feel we perhaps should have taken at least a point from it?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I think a point would have been a deserved point. I think there was moments in the game that perhaps we had probably more control and a lot more territory than maybe the emotions post game. I think you look at the hard data. We had 60% possession. We had more shots, more crosses. We looked like we posed a threat around that final third. I think the biggest thing for me to summarise the performance was we let ourselves down technically. I think at times, technically with our technical execution, there were lots of times where we had some really good territory, really good positions, really good possession, and we give the ball away, we turn it over, unforced, unopposed, playing the wrong side of people. And I think with a bit better quality around that final third, I think we could have caused them some real problems.
And now back on the road tomorrow at Boreham Wood, and they're a side that, no surprise, in and around it, and we know all about Luke Garrard's team.
They're very good, yeah. No, he does a good job there, and I think it's no surprise that every time there's a league job position come up, he seems to be in and around the running for it. He's done a fantastic job there, and all credit to him. I think they've assembled a good squad. They've got a little bit of everything, in fairness, and they'll play. They'll get it in behind you. They'll play off the fronts. They'll play into forward areas. They've got a little bit of everything, so we've got to make sure that we are 100% on it in terms of our roles, responsibilities with and without the ball tomorrow.
The reverse fixture, of course, was a real team effort, especially going down to 10 men. Did you see sort of signs from what the team could do, given, we were under the cosh for the majority of the game and still came out with the 3 points?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been in these situations ourselves a couple of times. It's not an easy task. It's not as easy as people think when you play up against 10 men. In reality, a team that have 10 men, and obviously we were able to score and have something to hold on for in that second half. Also, it can be very, very difficult because when teams put a low block in and put bodies in around it, limit your space, limit the ability to get in behind people and room to operate, and it can become very, very difficult. And we did that well. Obviously, we were 0-0 at half time with 10 men, and we had to find the way on the turnover to try and give them a punch back. And unfortunately, on that day, we did it through Adam Rooney on a good counter attack and a good break. And sorry, that was from a throw-in. I think from a regain from a throw-in. We were able to give them that punch back. So yeah, I don't think their game style will change too greatly from the first time that we played them. Their personnel may change. I think Reid picked up an injury 2 games away. Whether he'll be back fit or not, we're unaware, we're unsure. That they play, we've obviously had a real good go, at finding a way to stifle their threats and limit their threats to get, 11v11 and also, 11v10.
In recent weeks, we've been a team quick out the blocks, and we got the reward at Aldershot, perhaps not in the last couple of games, but are you looking for more from the quick start and maybe capitalise on the opportunities? Yeah,
it's something we've been critical with the players for a lengthy period of time now, in terms of our output second half is far improves and outweighs our first half output from a physical aspect. And I think there's no coincidence that when you're working harder, you have more impetus in the game in terms of control and in terms of how you play, how you create, etc. So yeah, it's something that we'll be beating the drum, and in terms of we've got to make sure that we start with intensity, we start with an intent, and as you say there, that first 45 minutes against Aldershot, there's no better DNA really, if you like, on how to do that and the rewards you get from it.
Picked up a couple of yellow cards, which are clearly costly for tomorrow's game with Stoz and Jordan Cranston out, and I guess particularly recently, Jordan Cranston's delivery has been a real asset to us and one that we'll miss.
Yeah, his ability from set plays, his dead ball delivery has been excellent. It's been of a real high quality, and I think we probably should have capitalised a hell of a lot more than we have done in recent games. By making sure we get first contact, and I think he could have maybe had 2 or 3 assists more on his CV in the last 3 to 4 games than he has. That be said, like most things that we do with the players, we've got players that will rehearse as well, so it won't just be in isolation. That it's just Jordan Cranston who's practicing that delivering that free kick and that, those routines. We've got good quality within the team, and yes, we'll miss it, but it's up to the person who's weight responsibility to get that execution and that quality tomorrow to make sure they live up to all expectations.
Have you been given a bit of a selection headache with, I guess, the impressive subs that came on and made an impact on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think it's fortunate because of the way the boys train, and it's a headache daily, so it's not just a one-off in terms of they come on the pitch. It's Ben Oshishikwe's been knocking on the door for a hell of a long time in terms of getting around the squad because of the way that he's training. And Tuesday evening, there was an opportunity to get him right and around the team, and I just felt that adding him into the team with the ability that he has, with his crossing ability, I think he's probably the best crosser we've got inside the football club, and I've known that from day one when I came into the building, of his technical ability from wide areas and what his biggest attribute and threat is. So yeah, he's obviously acquitted himself very well. He came on with an energy, came on with he played fearless, and with excellent quality. So all we ask of any substitute that comes onto the pitch is impact it, impact the game, and make sure you try and do something to have that positive impact on the game. But also turn yourself into a non-starter into a starter, and Ben would have done that. I think Justin come on and had some real forward threat as well. He's obviously got blistering pace. He's got a directness. We've obviously seen more in training in terms of a goal threat that he can be, and he takes shots on, and he's not afraid to go by somebody 1v1. So yeah, well, most definitely those two players did themselves no harm, and obviously give us as a coaching staff a headache in terms of selection, whether they start tomorrow's game or not.
Just finally, any sort of update on the injury front? I know we had a few out and some potentially returning to the grass.
Yeah, so Callum Moe is still on his road to recovery, hoping that we can get him into some more ball work over the next 7 to 10 days, and hopefully 2.5 weeks at a big stretch he'll be back into full training. So that'll be a massive boost to the to the club, to the team, to the squad to have somebody of his calibre and his quality. It's looking like Jamie Osborne may need some surgical work and an operation on his knee. That's still being discussed, the whole process of that and the timing of that. But it's looking likely that Jamie may now unfortunately miss the remainder of the season. Jamie Ward is on the grass and running, not a million miles away. So Jamie's not too far away. There's a little bit of an issue with contact that he just feels sore under contact. So obviously football's a contact sport. So we may be able to include Jamie into some technical practices and some non-contact practices to make sure that his football-specific movements are still there. And James Ball's returned to full training and will be available for selection tomorrow. Cameron Archer just got to hit a few markers before he can be involved in a squad, but it's looking likely that we'll be able to get some more work into him physically over the weekend, and Cam hopefully be back in the fold and back in team selection from Tuesday onwards.